Today on Beneath the Script, he's the astounding pioneer of cinema and movies. He's a filmmaking extraordinaire. He is Charles Baxston. Born into the entertainment industry with a camera in his hand and a script in his heart, Charles shares his experiences about becoming the infamous filmmaker that he is.
Charles Baxston is not just a filmmaker. No, that would mean that I just make films. No, I am a concierge of cinema, a genius of theatrical genre, an architect of images and sounds blended beautifully onto screen. No, Charles Baxston doesn't make films. Films make Charles Baxston.
Baxston these days spends his time in his luxurious 30-acre mansion estate. But times weren't always lavish for Mr. Cinema himself.
Yeah, times were hard for me back then. I was still living with my parents, and the only thing I had to write my scripts on were pen and paper. I was 3. Then I made my first theatrical masterpiece, Blow, Leaf Blow. An ambitious tale about a leaf that fell off of its tree and destined in the wind to find his own path in this great, unforsaken world. Scorsese wanted to adapt my short into a feature, but I had to respectfully decline. I was 5.
Despite Baxston's rough upbringing, he shows that he has persevered, giving us a glimpse of his extravagant studio. Baxston then explains his filmmaking process.
My thinking process is fairly simple because, quite honestly, I don't think. I believe that thinking takes away from the originality of the art. I simply write a letter down on a piece of paper and I walk away, allowing the script to have a life of its own, to basically write itself. It is the cinematic conception and I am the Virgin Charles.
Charles Baxston also prides himself on his personal critiques of some of the most influential movies of all time.
Isn't that the 194-minute short about that boat? Please, have no movies more plot-driven and visually stunning. Too much color. It definitely took away from the story, if there even was one. You've seen one jail movie, you've seen them all. Between that and Vdeo Goes to Jail, I'll choose Vdeo. At least I know what I'm getting myself into. Magnificent. Extraordinary. Oh, that's Shyamalan. He's no Charles Baxston. But even Jesus had to choose his disciples.
He decides to end with some sound advice for upcoming and aspiring filmmakers.
I don't produce art. Art is for kindergartners. I create visual monuments that will stand the annals of time. My advice, if you ever want to be a great filmmaker, I suggest you take a picture of me, find the tallest building that you can find, gut to the roof, then jump. Jump to your beautiful demise. Then, as your life is flashing before your eyes at that moment, dismiss all those images and replace them with the image of me. Then, the moment you hit the ground, hopefully reincarnation can take place, and you can be born into the spirit of my unborn child. Because quite frankly, that is the closest chance you will ever have of becoming the master of filmmaking that is Charles